Happy Saturday! Hope you're having a gorgeous day. It's a great day. Beautiful sunshine, minimal clouds as we look out across the shoals. Great day for football, right? Right now, temperatures are in the mid 80s, nice and comfortable. We've got a good breeze going. If you haven't been outside today, take a moment, go outside, sit on the patio, breathe in some fresh air. It is a gorgeous day, and it's the start of fall. We're in the first weekend of fall, and it feels like it. Isn't that great? So tonight we're expected to be in those low in 60s, mostly clear for lots of us, and very comfortable to note as well. So we're not going to really see opportunities for any stickiness in the next couple of days, though we will kind of have a little humidity around every now and again. Thankfully, it's going to be that comfortable humidity that you kind of know it's there, but it's enough of a breeze that you don't really feel it all that much. So we'll keep those mid 80s around for the next few days. Nice and comfy is the name of the game for the next couple of days. It's going to be beautiful sunshine. We don't really have a ton of cloud cover until we get to the mid part of the week. Then we start to see rain chances come back in around Wednesday, Thursday, even into Friday. And so lows will stick around those low in 60s as well. So it'll be nice each morning. Finally getting to a point that it's not like suffering to sit outside. You're just nice and enjoying it, and it's great. So looking ahead at your Sunday, though, it's more of the same. Starting our day out in those low end 60s around 7 a.m. Beautiful sunshine. We don't really have a lot of cloud cover to note for tomorrow. You'll notice around 10 a.m. we get into those mid 70s, I should say. And by the afternoon, we're back into the mid 80s. So nice and steady with our temperatures. We're going to keep a steady and gradual rise throughout each hour of the day. By the time we get to the afternoon and evening, sunset looks like it's going to be closer to those upper 70s. We'll keep a decent breeze around for a lot of our days ahead as well. So it'll be nice and really comfortable. There's not much more you could say until our next possible rain chance moving in closer to the end of this week. And I'll show you the tropics in just a moment to kind of explain what's going on there. That's our biggest concern. But like I mentioned with that humidity, it's nice and comfortable, sticking on the low end of the 60s. Usually when we start to get to the upper 60s with the dew point, kind of like 67, 68, and then breaking into the 70s, that's when we start to see those sticky conditions outside where it kind of feels like you walk outside and you just kind of feel like your skin is just feels like a sheet of film is on your skin or something. So thankfully we're going to keep it nice and comfy for the next couple of days, which is great. Even through some of the possible rain chances we'll see, which won't come until later this week. So let's talk through the tropics. There's a lot to note here. Gabrielle, just low at the moment. Not really all that concerned. Looks like it's really kind of losing its way. Umberto, upgraded to Category 5. Don't expect it to make landfall at all as far as our coast is concerned. You can see it's well off from the east coast. And its track, if I remember correctly, its track looks like it's going to take a turn to the northeast. So we really won't have to worry about it. It'll kind of shift our direction a little bit and then turn and divert elsewhere. Our largest concern at the moment is Tropical Disturbance 9. As you can see here, it's kind of looking like it's not going to roll into the coast with a lot of these spaghetti plots. However, could see some coastal rain, possible coastal flooding, and that's really just for our coastal communities in Georgia, South Carolina. It's going to be a lot of rain built on those communities. From that, there's a possibility that we could possibly get a bit of that rain, not heavy and not strong wind, but we'll notice a change in our temperatures, maybe a little cooler, could get the residual fringe of the rain. Because really, when you look at these spaghetti plots, you'll notice that should Tropical Disturbance 9 move into tropical depression, not disturbance, sorry, depression. Should it move into our next named storm, it would be Imelda, by the way, I name. The thing here is that you can look at these spaghetti plots and see that it really kind of skirts off of the coast there. And worst case scenario, heavy rainfall localized to the coastal communities. Due to the fact that we aren't that close to that coast, but we are still kind of close to the Georgia area in relation, of course, with the states, we could get their fringe showers. So, we're not expecting heavy downpours. Don't want anyone to freak out. Don't want anyone to feel like we may be hit by a hurricane. We won't. But we could possibly see the fringe showers, wind, cooling effect really coming off of it. So, I just want to make sure that I make that very clear. It's not coming at us directly, but we could see the residual effects of a heavy shower, and it's not going to be extreme. Nothing that we haven't seen. Nothing that we've not gone through, like in the past week, how we had some of those heavy showers. I don't expect it to be even that strong. It's just probably going to cause some heavier chances of rain for us. Just want you to be aware of it. So, there you go. That's what we're looking at the moment as far as it goes in relation to what could possibly become Imelda by the end of tonight, if not the end of tonight, tomorrow. Just want to make sure I give you that disclaimer. So, here's our 10-day forecast. We're going to keep our temperatures in the mid-80s for the next couple of days. Like I mentioned, with the next possible rain chance, that could come around Thursday and Friday. That's when we're also expecting to see what's possibly becoming Imelda between now and tomorrow evening. That's when we'll see that kind of form along the East Coast and roll along that way. And the most that we're seeing from it, rainfall for the South Carolina, Georgia communities, but you'll see we get into those mid-70s. Kind of kicks us down into those mid-70s, causes a good deal of cloud cover because of the cooling that we're seeing, and then those rain chances will kind of pick up as well. That's the only thing that we'll see from it. Will not be anything of a dangerous nature as far as Alabama goes. Now for the Carolinas, I know South Carolina, I believe they are preparing for a state of emergency. But we're here in Alabama, and we are just fine. Even my Tennessee communities, my viewers that are watching from Tennessee, we'll see some possible showers. You see how it's still 20-30% chance? That's what we're going to get. The same that we saw this past week, where we had a couple of those showers kind of roll through, cool us off, cooler starts to your day. Just really a nuisance to your day as well, with the rain chances, making it a little gray outside and making you not want to go anywhere, not do anything. That's just what we'll see. We aren't going to get any kind of dangerous threat here in Alabama. So just want to make sure everyone's aware of that when I say that we could see some residual effects from it. It's just standard run-of-the-mill rain for us. It'll just kind of create some extra chances for rain. So that'll hang around for about 3 or so days, and then we warm back up into those 80s by the time we reach next Sunday. So I just wanted to make that abundantly clear because I don't want anyone to freak out and panic. But we also I'm kind of looking forward to a little dip in the forecast into those 70s, nice and comfy. I'm a sweatshirt, jacket kind of girl, so I am ready for cooler weather. But you'll notice even those mornings, we'll get into those mid and upper 50s. So it'll definitely be some brisk starts across the valley as we get closer to the following weekend. So keep that in mind as you make your plans for next week as well. Once we get closer to those days as well, I feel like Mondays are the best possible day. Monday and Tuesdays, those are the best days for us to plan out your following weekend, because with the rain chances that we're anticipating, those days, our models become a little more consistent with how heavy it believes the rain will be. And then by the time we get to Tuesday, even Wednesday, still enough time for things to change, but it shows us just enough of what's expected and what's going on for us to give you a better timeline. And it just kind of streamlines and becomes easier to manage and forecast, pin down, and explain as we get closer to. So, of course, we'll keep you updated with how that timeline plays out and how things change and when tropical to depression 9 becomes Imelda, because we're pretty sure that it'll be Imelda. If not today, tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, tomorrow. It's more than likely going to be tomorrow if it's not today. So, I just wanted to make you all aware of what's going on in the tropics and how the residual effects will affect us, because it doesn't look like it wants to make landfall either. It looks like some of those plots have it just skirting along the east coast. So we'll be on at 5. We do have golf on at the moment. Not sure if that's going to push us back a bit. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll also have one of the games on tonight. May make our 10 o'clock show a little later. So if you are tuning in at 5 or you tune in at 10, maybe a little later than normal. I mean, it's just that time of year. We got a lot of football, a lot of sports going on. So with that being said, I hope you'll tune in tonight at either given show or watch both maybe. But I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Really get out and enjoy the gorgeous weather that we've got. It's going to be real nice and real pleasant today into tomorrow. So have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you back on Weather Extra tomorrow at 4:30.